Alright, let's get back where we left off. I had a kind of an epiphany yesterday after playing this DLC for 2 hours and doing nothing. That I should probably focus on quests, because I remembered this is the Outer Worlds and not Fallout, and most of the time exploring doesn't really get you much. It's better to focus on the quests that will take you to places anyways, so let's do that. Except, of course, we have to talk to our companions. That's necessity.
I'm gonna nick a few towels. They won't notice.
You go right on ahead. I'm gonna stop looting everything I don't need. I gotta remember, there's no need to do this.
Sam's Special Inspector add-on includes a magnifying glass to sleuth out the germs and parasites that other cleaning products leave behind.
Prophet of Profitability Flyer. A flyer promoting a productotherapy seminar with renowned prophet of profitability, Jasmine Leva, at her retreat in the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Jesus. Under her patented system, purge your body of the nefarious humor stopping you from unlocking your true productive potential.
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun. Make a mess. Live a little.
Okay, I'll take that under advisement. The number of cigarettes here indicate that the smoker's lifespan has been shortened by approximately 11.2 years. That's nice to know. Map, 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 map. Are you okay?
Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
No, because I kind of miss Ada. She's the best. Besides you, Parvati.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Huh. I knew there had to be something in here. Oh, it's a voice recorder.
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Well, okay, that's not good. Anything else around here? Here's her wigs. Welcome, Ruth Bellamy. Okay. Messages. Miss Helen, thank you for choosing the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex as the site of your next publicity and marketing campaign. By endorsing the Spectrum Brown product, you are allying yourself with a revolution in the leisure beverage market, indeed, in the culture of Halcyon itself. We're going to change the world together. Sincerely, Quentin Ludovico. This is from the Prophet of Profitability. Helen, I don't understand why you and I must be enemies. Are we not both branches on the same tree of privilege? You command audiences with your masterly performances on the Aetherwave, and I command the attention of our corporate leaders. We're both cultural icons with a responsibility to set a good example. I'm disappointed to discover you've berated my seminars publicly and on official records. I take particular umbrage with your characterization of my most recent seminar, spearheading your project, How to Motivate Your Workforce Using Ancient Weaponry, as a, and I quote, nonsensical vanity project from a dyed-in-the-wool buffoon. Those are fighting words. Expect to hear from my personal auditor soon. Sincerely, Profitability PO. Money can't buy happiness, and other lies we tell ourselves. A new seminar by the Prophet of Profitability coming soon. I gotta admit, I'd like to hear the seminar spearheading your project, How to Motivate Your Workforce Using Ancient Weaponry. That's pretty good. Miss Bellamy, you're a talented actor. I've enjoyed all your roles across the years. I'm especially fond of your performance in Terror on Monarch. Oh, this is from Cedric and Cannon. Ludovico doesn't appreciate the serials. Maybe that's why he never knows when he's being played. He still thinks you're here to endorse Spectrum Brown. Your performance has him fooled. I have a feeling I know what you're up to. It's always a little disappointing when the audience is a few steps ahead of the plot. Best, Cedric. Okay, so Cedric thinks she's not here to do the commercial. Let's recover the deleted message. From unknown client to Ruth Bellamy, subject not found. Know the truth, please hurry. Don't know how much longer I can keep. In light of recent unfortunate events regarding the passing of a beloved cultural icon, we at the Grand Colonial have doubled the number of armed guards for only a small security surcharge. Surcharge non-refundable. The Grand Colonial is not responsible for the death or dismemberment that occurs off hotel grounds. Anything around this bathroom? Nope, just some lager in the shower.
Is this how people in Byzantium live all the time?
Okay, hold on. Spatial acuity sensor apparatus. Perception +1. Okay, I'm interested. Interactable headlight range +2.5 millimeters. Bonus to extra headshots, that's weak spot damage +15%. That's pretty good. The other thing was giving me bonus to my tech skills. +5. Oh, this is better. Just gotta level it up a little bit at a bench. Can't remember what's worth getting and what's not. Oh, here we go. This notice is attached to an object/peripheral/personal belonging that exceeds or otherwise violates hotel regulations. Leaving this object on the hotel premises will result in a 500-bit fee per day of unlawful storage. At your earliest convenience, please remove this object/peripheral/personal belonging and pay any outstanding fees. Perfect. Okay, let's tinker this bitch up. How much do we cost? 76 bits. That's good enough. Yeah, that's good. I can upgrade that. Why not? It's cheap enough. Okay, so we got like our detective evidence board over here. This board is covered with a loose collection of photographs and papers. A blank notebook lies open beside a stack of clean papers. It looks like someone intended to write something but never got started.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed. Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You understand why that worries me.
Any publicity is good publicity?
I wish I had your blithe sense of optimism. Helen's death means delays. Delays mean expenses. Expenses mean audits. Audits mean people like me lose our jobs. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation. Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both. I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
Alright, let's do it. Like I said, we're going to focus more on the quests and less on just running around.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking? That's completely fine, Inspector. Hopefully you'll warm up to it. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually need to go to the VIP guest floor.
If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
So I can see his, place. Hey guys. It's the Rizzo's Rangers. They're here on this floor. Okay, this map shit sucks. It didn't used to do this before, did it?
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
You hear about that stunt with the woolly cows?
Hey there. You a fan?
Yes, huge fan. Zeke Hannigan.
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you?
16 back, huh?
Since it's the off-season, we're helping support the launch of Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Meet the fans, sign tossball cards, that sort of thing. How about you, fella? You after a signature?
Nah, I think I'll pass.
He's just being coy. Anyway, where was I? Just between you and me, Rizzo's ought to cancel the whole event out of respect for Miss Helen. About half my life. You know I was named third most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons? Ain't a lot of players who can make that claim. Except for the guys who came in first and second, I guess. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers. But now I'm all convalesced. Ready to lay into some Cleo darlings, you know? Really break some legs.
Sure.
Oh, you must be that inspector people have been talking about. It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So, what did you want to know? I'm ashamed to admit it, but me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keen's cells down at the spaceport. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually happens when we all get to drinking. Guess Constable Keen saw things a bit differently and had us hauled off.
That's nice. Was Birdie in jail with you?
No, we lost him somewhere along the way. Or maybe he managed to get away? I can't rightly remember. But he was definitely not sharing a cell with us. That much I know. Oh, Brady was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Brady was not blessed with an abundance of temper. Helen kept Brady steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them. What? Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have laid a finger on Miss Helen. Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself. Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen's brand of blunt honesty.
Yes, the Prophet seems too obvious.
What can I do for you?
That's all for now. What? Can I steal something from you? You got anything worth stealing, buddy? Cosmic smokes. Ooh, classic semi-formal. God damn it.
Shh. Easy now.
Oh. So when that lady was complaining about there being a cow on the floor above her and joking about did they get a cow in here, they were serious.
A woolly cow? Why is there a woolly cow in the hotel? Also, why do I smell alcohol?
This tossball, signed by Bertie Blackhole Holcomb, was presented to Dr. Margrave on a special guest episode of Space Hospital to thank her for removing a tossball stick embedded in his head. I guess I should use this, huh? Oh.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Multiple discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present in this hotel room. Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodations. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo Spectrum vodka. Alcohol sanguinization ratio exceeds recommended maximum.
There's a recommended maximum for a woolly cow? That's the first question I would have asked, too.
An accurate observation, Inspector. This woolly cow is suffering from symptoms consistent with a hangover. A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes belonging to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Club. Insufficient data. A brief survey of localized property damage, divided by the area of this room, yields the following estimate. This unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
-1, hmm. Ugh. Yikes. Ball plot collection. Oh yeah, we're styling.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The charred fragments of a letter lies at the bottom of this wastebasket.
I can make out the word station, meeting point, and emergency.
Your observation is correct and quite astute.
Station, meeting point, emergency. You think it's talking about the atmospheric station? Or maybe the pilot house? Could be anywhere.
Yes, it could.
Someone burned this letter shortly after Halcyon Helen's death.
Chapter 2 continued. Two huge shapes suddenly bore down upon them. Halcyon Helen saw that these were the same creatures she had faced on Maximilian Mercer's ship. From the waist down they had human attributes, but above were slick and jet black. These were the dissidents, evil agents, half man, half giant, limbless slugs. Helen, acting with Canid-like swiftness, darted out of the way as the first slug struck out with its fangs. Olympus Opal, however, was not so unfortunate. So paralyzed was she by the first creature's visage that she could not defend herself from the second. Its teeth clamped down on her neck, and after a few moments' struggle, she expired. Having regained her footing, Halcyon Helen drew the Spacer's Choice pistols taken from Mercer's corpse, still functioning well despite their economic make, and let loose. And ere the first spent casings met the ground, both slugmen lay in pools of their own blue blood. "Apologies, my friend," Helen said sadly, as she looked on Olympus Opal's still body. "But I wish you had heeded my warning. The colony has lost a great employee today," and with that she holstered her pistols, stepped into the Marauder base. Signed tossball stick. Felix. You have the Hall of Famer tossball stick. This is better, right? Sweet. Guthrie, blah 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 blah. Okay. This must be Birdie's room. There's a
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A single footprint, size 10, tossball cleat sized. The soil in this residue contains a very high concentration of oxygen.
terraformer, huh?
Well done, Inspector. The weather monitoring station at the pilot house substitutes for a terraformer. The soil in his footprint likely came from there.
Baytown Pilot House's weather monitoring station.
Nice.
I like the sound of classicware Umbra. I don't know if it's good. What do we have here? Oh, got nice little candies on the pillows. Nothing much. Now let's check the other side. Oh, are you gonna be mad if I pick the lock? Guys, get out of his fucking way, dumbasses.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Weapon repair kits. Interesting. Who's in this room? They're stocked up.
It's all in the wrist.
Yes, it's all in the wrist. Alright, nothing. Again, not following my own rule, but whatever. Oh, it's Spencer Woolrich's room. Oh, and he's in here. Well, I'll be back. Oh, it's Burbage 3000's room. Even better. And you got like blood streaks going to your bathroom. Hey, what up, bro? Alright, he's got a bunch of the same hats, flywheel. Pneumatic piston.
Initiating banter protocol. Now simulating familiar and welcoming demeanor. Burbage 3001 is trained to recognize all board-approved actors. Greetings, fellow star. Your performance in Maverick Johnston's latest drama was memorable.
Oh, really? I thought they threw that out. That's hilarious.
Burbage 3001's programming is frequently upgraded to adhere to board-certified standards. The most recent upgrade was performed by Spencer Woolrich. Banter protocol exhausted, reverting to default behavior, grieving and despair. Oh, Halcyon Helen, may your atoms be commended to the Aether.
Amen.
Burbage 3001 was designed to disrupt Halcyon Helen's monopoly over the Aetherwave serial market. This unit's programming is based on Helen's most famous roles. Burbage 3001. Anything Halcyon Helen can do, this unit can do slightly worse.
Oh, hey. Does that include dying?
This unit has been programmed to simulate existential dread. Watch Burbage 3001 contemplate its mortality in the critically acclaimed drama, Waiting for Results. This unit has not yet completed its grief cycles, randomizing despair tables. Oh, Helen, is there no justice in the world? This unit has not... Burbage...
Let's see. Oh, I can't pick the other option. Okay. Nice meeting you, Burbage.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
You don't say.
Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terroray, blood, terroray, unidentifiable biological fluids, terroray. Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not present in the bottle's original contents. These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terroray biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
Interesting. So somebody tried to poison that bottle. You are talented, you are magnificent, you are a joy for others to be around. You are definitely not a two-bit hack. You bring life to the world around you through the art of theater. Oh boy, what is these? Oh, these are his owns. With great fortune to you, he signs his, he's got them pre-signed. Fingernail and goldening appointment. When I first arrived at Glen Colonial for this unveiling, I was led to a small sitting room, the kind that an individual might be allowed to relax in with moderate comfort before being led to his actual quarters. It has been a week and a half, yet no one has arrived to deliver me my actual room yet. If I didn't know better, I assumed this was meant to be my actual room. If I didn't know better, I might assume you tried to place Spencer Woolrich, star of hundreds of serials, the hero of Aetherwave sets colony-wide, in a room where he can hardly walk from one end to the other without bumping his toe on the foot of the bed or his shoulder upon his desk. I might even assume that Ruth Bellamy was placed in the Grand Colonial Penthouse Suite on purpose, rather than by mistake. But I'm sure the issue will be rectified soon, and our positions will be swapped. I hope you won't try to tell me anything to the contrary, signed Woolrich. Mr. Woolrich, while the Grand Colonial staff understand your consternation at being placed on the VIP guest level of the Grand Colonial, we're afraid there was no mistake. Ruth Bellamy, as current spokeswoman for the Spectrum Brown unveiling, is currently stated to have the penthouse suite. An actress of her station deserves only the best. The VIP guest floor comes in very close second, best section of the hotel. The penthouse suite is only about twice as large as your current lodgings, and the amenities it provides are perhaps 3 or 4 times better than those you have access to now. Your current lodgings are proper for an actor of your caliber. If you have any other requests, we'll be sure to respond to them after we get to Miss Bellamy's signed management. That's pretty hilarious. Alright, more about security. We've heard your concerns and know that nothing quite says safety like dozens of guns. Okay. Hey, do you mind?
Got it. Heads down.
Also, do you mind if I do this? Ooh. How many times must I speak to you about your inept meal preparations? Not too salty, it upsets my palate. Not too sweet, it upsets my palate. No nanners, I hate them, and no Tripical, I'm allergic. I come to you time and time and time again. On 35 different occasions, in fact, I have actually counted, and what do I get in my after-lunch pre-dinner? Fried nanners on a bed of braised Tripical. I'm through with peering over your shoulder, clearly instructing you on how my meals must be prepared if you're going to ignore me. Instead, I shall say this. Should I become ill for any reason at all tangentially related to your cooking, I shall make positively certain that management not only strips you of your job, but of your uniform as well, and deposits you nude in the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Okay, we gotta take this. Where would that be? Would that be in items? Yes, here it is. And torn apart by mantisaurs, you will rue the day you oversalted my saltuna.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of a non-industry lout. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste more of my time, I suggest we begin rehearsing. Ready? You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology.
Ooh, what can I say back? Ooh, I'm not charming enough?
How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust. Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. Oh, no, this is curious indeed. Who are you, and how did you get in here? What a quaint claim. You're so adorable. I won't even call security. No, really, I mean it. You've most certainly endeared yourself to me, and I think I know why you're here. Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something a little more personal? Undergarment signatures have been popular of late, or so I've heard.
Hmm. Yeah, how about you sign this? How about you sign this?
I'd be delighted. Oh, damn. My pen's out of ink. I'll just get you a portrait of my face as a souvenir. I'm sure I have the prints around here somewhere. By the by, how did you get in here? The only non-staff individual cleared to enter guest rooms is supposed to be the inspector for Bellamy's murder. Oh. Oh! Hello. Hi. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply with your search for the fiend that did Bellamy in. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me, back when I starred in the Marauder's Bane. The absolute picture of justice. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure you're joking. Perhaps I'm not in my prime, but you've no doubt seen the name Spencer Woolrich on many a serial advertisement throughout your travels.
Hmm.
Come now, I'm sure I would have made more of an impression than that. Could I have really fallen so far behind the times? Did you ever see me in The Masked Marketeer? The Busker of Byzantium? What about episodes 13 and 190 of Princess of Hephaestus? And who could forget From Halcyon with Love? I was great in that movie. Even if I was starring beside a 2-ton bucket of bolts and a woman with no talent.
Busker of Byzantium, huh?
Yes, that would be Burbage 3001. I'm sure you've heard the clomping around. It's over in the next room. It's hard for me to believe that a mechanical actor isn't some kind of joke played on us all by Odeon's director. Certainly. But one quick question before we begin, if I may. How was it that Bellamy met her end?
Why would I tell you that?
Why, I'm merely worried for my own sake. Perhaps whoever came after her could come after me next. But if you don't want to tell me, I understand. Whatever happened, I hope poor Bellamy didn't suffer.
It's possible that he poisoned her and somebody else shot her with a plasma weapon and somebody else hit her with the something.
I was meditating, of course. That's how I get into character. Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to commune with others while meditating. All actors have their methods, and this has been mine ever since I met that wonderful prophet of profitability. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. The director wanted our suffering to be convincing. Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second-degree burns afterwards. I owe that woman much. Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it, a few weeks. I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really should. I'll answer whatever you wish. Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa's Meteoroids. I'm not too proud to admit it. I couldn't get work on my own. Whether or not I wanted to accept it, Bellamy had captured the eye of the colony. People kept talking about the charisma we had on screen, but I felt more chemistry with certain teacup canids than with her. As you may have been able to conclude, I wasn't terribly enamored with Bellamy, but that doesn't mean I'd kill her. Oh, come now, Inspector. What do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. Besides, I have my reputation to think of. I suppose that is enough on that grim subject.
Yes, very much.
Oh, have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense. I did indeed. With Halsey and Helen parading her fame about, I was left without an acting partner. Burbage is no exception. His acting protocols were nothing short of a joke. So I decided to make some modifications, installing him with some of my old serial quotes, as I think improved his range. The way he bungled about with that weapon of his hardly befitted a dissident, so I modified it as well. He's much quicker on the draw now, though he's still a machine.
What kind of weapon is that? A plasma weapon?
I'm quite used to being breathlessly watched.
Alright. Fine.
What floor would you like to visit?
Let's go outside. Ooh, frame rate. This game, man, I just cannot get it. Oh god, it just has its moments. It'll be smooth and then it'll just fucking go crazy. Oh, like that.
Coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want? Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about. If you want advice, here it is. Don't talk to that imbecile ever again. Even by my crew's standards, he's duller than a telescoping staff. And he's not even one of my worst problems. I've got landing pad lockdowns, gate closures, angry guests, and now one of my crew is AWOL. If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is. It's not exactly uncommon for slug agents to go on the odd bender. They'll pick a place they think I don't know about and hunker down. Usually I don't bother with the discipline and paperwork. Gotta pick your battles. Thing is, they usually resurface within 24 hours, or at least yell for medical help. This guy, not a peep. The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness Checkpoint. I'd search there first. Inspector. Nah, I only manage operations around the hotel. Cedric does most of the maneuvering for Eridanos proper. I don't envy him. The only thing worse than babysitting a couple of hot-headed, overgrown children would be babysitting the entire lot of them. You mean I can hold a rifle and walk without falling down? Yeah, I'm different from most slug employees in that way. And only in that way. Anyone who says otherwise should be reported to me personally. I feel like our relationship would be more copacetic if you dropped this line of questioning.
Do I look like a reasonable person, or do I look like someone who will keep pestering you until you snap?
Oh, good. And here I was thinking that today was going along too smoothly. I might have used to work for Auntie Cleo. Might have been security manager of a small pharmaceutical lab. After workplace spat number 175, I decided to defect. Defection isn't taken lightly. Can't go back, so now I'm slug for life. We talked about this, remember? Defected to slug? I get too uppity, I might end up unemployed. Permanently.
Alright. Fair enough. Where's the Botanical Operations building?
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch.
Yeah, boy, that frame rate. Ooh, it takes a hit. Wait, where are you running to?
Raptidons on the hotel grounds. Somehow that don't surprise me.
Huh.
Get rid of the bodies.
Okay, I guess he had to have some kind of shooting happening. I was wondering. I was like, hey, how are they gonna get some shooting going on? Oh my god. Help me, frame rate, help me. You're killing me. Under Crew C, Purpleberry Orchards and Connector Complex, someone has scratched out a name and replaced it with Evan O'Connell. Okay, so he went to the same place I'm gonna go to. Between the hotel and the orchards.
Rizzo's knock you out all.
I don't know what it is about this game. It's not smooth. Okay, this is like the middle section. Oh shit. Marauder? Was not expecting that.
I'm waiting for this. That's what you get.
That's right, beat his ass.
Tossball kick. I'm the best there ever was.
Huh. At CMP, we know our C's and P's. I hear a workbench below me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's corporation. His rank would have been that of jawbreaker or higher. This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence strongly suggests a conflict with marauders.
You find 3 bits and a half-eaten Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. At least he left this world happy.
I doubt Rizzo's would ever shed a tear over him.
Huh, weird. Marauders in the middle of this, like,
Easy.
hotel area. Security Officer Danvers.
Security Officer Danvers, nightly report number 27. No sign of trouble, but I'm on the lookout. If it's out there, I'll find it. Wait, I think I see someone. Approaching now. Excuse me, sir or madam. I require your participation in my nightly security report.
Well, that didn't work out too good for Danvers, did it? Oh, here we go. A new gun. Frigidaire. What happens if you add engine coolant to a plasma carbine? So it freezes people? Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested. Grants access to the maintenance terminal on the connector complex. Okay. So we gotta keep our eye out for a terminal. It's like somebody's hangout with a bunch of coolant and shit. Let's tinker up the refrigerator.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with marauders.
Yes, you did. Rest in peace. Oh, I can sleep? No, I'm good. Adrena time. Well, okay, that explains some things, I suppose. Adrena time equals marauders. That's the rules. Okay, here's the terminal we get access to, right? Yes. All maintenance personnel must thoroughly sanitize after handling engine parts. Associated chemicals are known to cause delirium and lightheadedness. Rizos reminds you that proprietary engine chemicals are not intended to be used to induce delirium and lightheadedness. Any personnel caught ingesting or absorbing said chemicals, even unintentionally, will be cited for misuse of company property and charged wages for any affected shifts. Entry 247. Topped off coolant. Should be set for another week. Coolant levels drop faster than expected. I filled the tanks back up, but I'll keep an eye on them. Looks like we lost coolant overnight. Must be a slow leak in the tanks or piping. I'm requesting authorization for a full inspection from EAC management. No answer on my request. Must have attached the wrong header, or maybe I CC'd the wrong subdepartment. Trying again. My inspection request is still pending, and we're still leaking coolant. I'm just going to look myself, authorization or no. What's the worst they can do to me? Ramirez, sounds like you've got guests wandering the premises at night. That explains the empty bottles and cigarette stubs. The problem is they tend to wander off the side in the dark, and then hotel management has to run in circles trying to get payment for the days the guest is delinquent. I'll assign Security Officer Danvers to patrol the complex after dark. He'll probably insist on giving you nightly reports. He's watched a few too many serials. Easiest thing is just to toss them over the edge when he's not looking. Say you pass them up the chain for processing. Signed, Phelps. Whoa. So Danvers was, you know, an overachiever.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
And where? Is it in here? Huh. It's gotta be in here then. No?
Hey, Crew C. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Law, he's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
Okay, so she took him back under the hotel.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, it is up there. How the fuck do I get up there?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with marauders.
Ah, it's just another dead body.
Let's take a look inside.
This is like the biggest... Oh, that's the big one. This one's not that big. Oh, it's the Purpleberry Nut Hut. Let's see, I want to get science to 100 so I can get the tinkering down. What else would be good? Nothing much. Oh, hey, you guys get another perk? This companion takes damage to gain some armor for a short time. Yeah, let's just give you much more base health. That's probably good. What's that symbol on her head?
That's not funny! Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Rizzo's! Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer! Thank you for giving my humble existence value.
What the hell is happening with you?
She's happy or in serious pain?
I sure am! Good lamps you got on you to take notice. Oh, that? I call it my little passenger. I don't know why. The name just appeared in my head when this thing showed up on my neck. Don't you dare! Or I'll cut something off you! Gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. I just felt this urge to protect my little passenger, even if it means hurting you.
Okay, crazy.
I don't know. It just appeared one day. I guess I just picked it up while working in the orchards. Sometimes I wonder how it showed up, and I start to worry. But worrying feels bad, and I hate feeling bad. So I don't worry about it.
Hey, that's great.
Couple of days. Ever since it showed up, I've been feeling happier and happier. I really can't imagine life without my little passenger. Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Sure.
I'm so glad you asked. The orchards are my third favorite subject, with my first being Rizzo's refreshing drinks and my second being Rizzo's toothsome confectionaries. Our orchards are the source of 63% of Rizzo's total produce, which correlates to 112% of fresh goods throughout all of Halcyon. Give or take a few percent, of course. If you want to know more about each part of the orchards, might I recommend one of our fantastic tours? One of our options is even audio guided as a special bonus feature. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Our tours are my fourth favorite subject. Every part of the orchards is so rich with Rizzo's lore. Buy a tour ticket and anoint yourself with knowledge.
Sure, how much?
We have 3 tour options: Premium, Premium Plus, and the Golden Ticket. Each option is wonderful in its own special way. Premium includes a 10-minute pass to the Sprat Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty Purpleberry and Amber, and the Golden Ticket is audio-guided in addition to being self-guided. Huh? Oh no, Rizzo's doesn't make me recommend the tour. Helping customers just makes me even happier than I already am, and that's saying a lot. Happy workers lead to happy customers. Happy customers are repeat customers.
I'm pretty sure her face is stuck that way.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. There's really nothing better than feeling a euphoric sense of happiness and self-contentment. Now, I'd be pleased as punch to sell you a tour ticket.
How much?
Which kind would you like? You're in luck. We have one left. Normally they're 100 bits, but seeing how I'm sold out of everything else, I can give it to you for just 90. How does that sound? That's great. Thank you so much. No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man, as it so happens. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just one. Laws, not just affable, but virile, too. Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike up a little more than conversation the next time he comes by.
Great idea.
Hey, that's a swell idea. Terror on Monarch was so romantic. Thanks for the suggestion. Sadness is a big old waste of time. Besides, the sooner I start courting him, the sooner we can both be happy.
Oh god. Oh god, okay.
Our alcohol stocks are larger than ever. And a good thing too, because I just can't seem to stop myself from getting into them. Our products are just that good.
Okay, could you anomalize what the fuck is on her head? Status effect: blissful euphoria. This individual's existence is upsettingly blissful. Okay.
Helen.
Nope, didn't mean to do that.
Where did we go wrong?
Here we have the Rizzo's Purpleberry Nut Hut trademark. All manner of cool drinks and sweet treats are available at nominal cost to slake your thirst and satiate your hunger. These include, but are not limited to, Rizzo's Nanner Spank Fresh, Spanks Even Harder, Rizzo's Ground Up, Pound Up fruit drinks made with mostly berries and twigs, and Rizzo's Mini Purpleberry Sweet Balls. We hope your visit here will stifle any unlawful urges to pick fruit in the orchards.
Okay, cool. I like the audio tour. It's really nice. Overseeing orchardist's office. Oh god, come on. Sometimes the frame rate's crazy.
If your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
Why?
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too? The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this lass. I think it's mightily more likely that she's under your payroll. Here to burn down what you haven't already.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you? I'm the Overseeing Orchardist of the Purpleberry Orchards. My job is to make sure we hit our production quotas.
Yeah, he's got a bit of that Rizzo's version of Mr. Thompson look about him. I bet he thinks it's the toughest job in the company, too.
You better believe it is. Unfortunately, I also have to fight a constant battle with unproductivity. We sure as hell ain't winning that right now. We're way behind, and with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown set to unveil soon, we can't afford to be this way for long. Hell, it'd look grim for my job even if Slug weren't trying to knock me off my perch.
Yeah, I get the feeling you don't enjoy this job very much.
Where'd you get that idea? Don't I look happy? Being here is an unemployment sentence. I can't blame anyone else for any screw-ups because I'm in charge. And there's loads of direct scrutiny from the administrator. Those void-damned lab coats in R&D knew that. It was why they sent me here. I think they knew the orchards were going to start having problems too. Bastards. Supervise, make sure produce gets where it needs to go, cry every couple days. I report directly to Administrator Ludovico, which is more than a little stressful. Okay then. Whether or not I like it, yes, that's right. Yeah, quotas are higher than ever because of the upcoming release of Spectrum Brown, but we haven't been hitting them. Frankly, it's ridiculous. Our workers are all about 30% more productive than usual. They keep getting injured, which is setting us behind. I blame the treatment Rizzo's keeps making them get.
Treatment?
Look, they don't tell me the specifics. All I know is that the workers leave their typical morose selves and come back more chipper than an automechanical woodcarver. Look at Jacob, our groundskeeper, if you ain't met him. If he were any less personable before, I'd have had him replaced with a trained canid. Now he's all smiles. It's like the workers all forgot their 10-minute workplace safety seminars. And that's twice as long as the next leading brand. Our people should be safety experts. And yet, I've seen folks step on open electrical wires, drop pallets on each other. One damn fool even blundered into a waspquito hive. Even as he died, he looked fairly pleased.
Waspquito, huh?
Okay then. Yeah, just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's were short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean. Oh, you know, nothing particularly troublesome. Just rogue exterminator mechanicals, opening fire on anything that twitches within 300 yards of them. We've also got a large group of new saplings, all dead from some kind of toxic substance. Poison, I guess. And who could forget the tower processing console, which probably just shorted out and stopped working on its own, even though it's outfitted with 3 separate backup systems?
There are a suite of explanations for what could have happened, most pointing to Rizzo's worker incompetence. My people didn't sabotage anything.
I don't know what's going on with this frame rate. I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah, it was what I mentioned earlier. I swear, if I didn't know better, I'd think our workers were getting hurt on purpose. Thank the law, some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree.
Seriously, what the f... Hello? Hello? Yikes. Yikes.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
No, I need to ask you about Halcyon Helen.
Well, at the moment I can't do a whole lot with this vulture hanging over my shoulder. So I suppose you may as well take your time.
Really now? I consider myself more of a watch canid, here to make sure you don't try to run off without paying us.
There's something else you need to know?
What? What are these?
Got a lot of dead saplings that'll cost us a lot of bits. I've got a feeling someone poisoned them somehow. The mechanicals were hacked. They're pretty much running amok. If you could keep from destroying too many, I'd be obliged. Would save us a lot. That said, you might want to be careful. Those things are built to take on waspkitos, and waspkitos are generally tougher to kill than people. Just something to keep in mind. The tower processing console is completely fried. Whoever took it out must have used some kind of explosive.
I'm sorry you had to come in on such a brusque conversation. Not everyone appreciates the work Slug does on Eridanos.
Especially not folk that Slug is trying to extort.
Alright, it seems I need to say it yet again. We're not stomping upon your purple berries or knocking your workers off the planetoid. All we want is for you to pay your dues.
And I want you to stop setting our exterminator mechanicals loose and breaking our machinery.
This is how the conversation has gone for the last hour and a half. As you can see, it hasn't been terribly productive. Well, he's being difficult, as you've no doubt seen. All I'm here to do is enforce an agreed-upon business relationship. But our friend here is disinclined to settle.
Don't tell me to settle. Why don't you settle?
Yes, I'll be sure to do that. I know what you must be thinking, but no, I'm not here to atomize his kneecaps. I just want Slug to get what we're owed. Much as we love giving the bureaucrats 29% of our profits, technically not. Official contracts have some rather obscene fees and documentation. Instead, our company's opted for a non-official manager's agreement. I'm just here to make certain our friend over there pays on time. You're weird. Generous, but weird. The sentiment is nice, but Rizzo's doesn't just pay money. They're also literally our meal tickets. Unless you also happen to own an orchard, I don't think you can clear this guy.
Okay.
If I hear that question one more time, I swear. Look, we just want to get paid. Hampering our clients' productivity is not a good way to get paid. In fact, it's bad business. Do I? Didn't realize that expecting my company to be paid for its work was extortion. You should try telling that to the board. Regardless, Slug's Protection Service has ensured that Rizzo's has had zero problems with its shipments at the docks. And all for a reasonable price. We haven't been hostile when their payments came up short either. In fact, Rizzo's is more of a danger to the orchards than us, considering all the workplace injuries.
Alright.
Yes, I think we've spoken enough about that imbecile. What can Slug do for you? Nope. Sorry, but this is the first I've visited this area in over a month. Shame about Helen. Liked her movies.
I don't buy it. A real fan would have had more agony in his voice.
Celebs as big as Helen always seem to elicit strong binary opinions in people. But that's neither here nor there. You're welcome to. I don't have any secrets. Certainly. When I'm not out on a job, they usually stick me in the Slug mess hall. I may be a service collector, but that doesn't mean I can't make a damn fine trip of kale pie.
God, I'm hungry. Okay. Well, loading the game seems to have helped. Come on, map.
Never knew purple berries grew on trees. Guess you learn something new every day.
Unauthorized personnel may be killed at their own expense.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error that they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Short and the imprint in the dirt deep as if determined. It would appear that Helen was in a hurry. The tracks hesitate, partially turning in one spot as if Helen paused to look behind her. She may have feared she was being followed.
Wow. You sound just like Agent Khan when he's on the case.
Who? Are you gonna have a thing in your neck too?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
That's too far to be the one they're actually pointing out, right? Yeah. That's a different one. Huh.
Well, sweet hello there, valued visitor. I am sure sorry to break it to you, but our orchards are closed to all officially guided tours at this precise moment in time.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm pretty sure that grin is permanent.
Why, thank you! Rizzo's encourages all workers to put on a happy face when engaging with valued customers. Rizzo's does beseech you to please purchase one of our self-guided options if you're wishing to join one of our rejuvenative, relaxing, reformatory tours. Now with a Puzzle Hedges trademark maze hunt and special edition taste testing for an extra 35 bits a ticket. Ah, you mean that lovely actor who got herself dead? Damn shame what happened to her. She did come by, but not during any official tour time. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. Unless, of course, it had to do with the new product unveiling.
Blossom, huh?
That's right. She was. She sure made for some lovely adverts. Maybe it might have involved an issue with the launch batch then? I can't rightly say. All I know is one of our certified tour guides could have given her a much more comprehensive tour of the grounds were that her interest. Can't say that I have. We use bad batches of liquor for our pesticides. Only the exterminator mechanicals are armed around here. And I haven't seen any bloody objects aside from the usual pair of gardening shears. Unless, that is, Miss Helen was also stung to death by pollinization mosquitoes. She wasn't, was she? That would be a mighty wretched way to go. Pollinization by killer mosquitoes, indeedy. It's cutting-edge Rizzo's technology. But don't you worry, valued visitor. Our pollinization cycles only run when the orchards are empty, for safety reasons. When a pollinization cycle finishes or is aborted, all mosquitoes are biologically programmed to return to the hive, their holding pen. Of course, the very last thing Rizzo's would want is a beloved tourist bumbling into the hive and triggering an unscheduled cycle, so you'd best steer clear of it for safety. You'll know the hive by its big, glimmering electric fencing.
Well, thank you.
Well now, you certainly are an individual of refined taste. There are folks who defend the premium option and its sprat petting zoo, but once you've been bit by one sprat, you've been bit by them all. Of course, tours of any access level must be suspended during a scheduled pollinization cycle. Our mosquitoes are quite territorial and have been known to sting both workers and visitors alike. Yes, indeedy. I've got the wondrous honor of having just been promoted to third keeper of the grounds after the last one disappeared on the job. Gosh, I guess about a week ago now? Before my morning clock-in last Sunday, I was but a lowly nanner peeler picker on the line shift. Now I'm responsible for growing every twig and berry on this vast swath of fertile land. Heaven sweet, no. It's not like he was murdered. He simply disappeared without a trace and hasn't been heard from since. And the groundkeeper before that one? Well, she wasn't missing at all. Her body was found near hive control, covered head to toe in thousands of welts. No mystery, and certainly no murder with what happened there. I mean, you can't exactly hold some mosquitoes on trial. Accidents do happen on the job. Can't speak for others, but I most assuredly don't. I reckon you could talk to my supervisor, the overseeing orchardist. He would know more. I used to ask questions, but gee, I just don't feel the urge to anymore.
Interesting.
Gosh and goody gumdrops, but I could talk about the orchards till my lips fell off. Instead, let's talk about whatever interests you, because that's what interests me, too. Why, you say that as if it's a bad thing. I am quite overcome with happiness, indeed. You won't find a Rizzo's worker in all of Eridanos who isn't 100% thrilled in their day-to-day existence. It's part of our brand manifesto. happy workers lead to happy customers. Happy customers are repeat customers. And repeat customers make the charts look better on our weekly profit reports. So if nothing else, it's my responsibility at all times to smile, smile, smile. And you know what never fails to bring a smile to my face? The breathtaking tours we offer throughout the orchards. Seasonally available for purchase in the Nut Hut. What kind of investigation? You wouldn't happen to be from the health inspection office, would you?
That's right. God damn it, I don't have to lie.
For sure there is. The Health and Safety Bureau is board-run and certified. So in Eridanos, all inspectors effectively work for Rizzo's. Well, and other representative member corporations of the board. It turns out, the other board corps get a hearty chuckle out of harassing Rizzo's with regular safety checks. It's really not fair if you think about it. Just because we own less shares on the board than the others doesn't mean we should have to deal with health and safety inspections when the others don't. Oh, goody. It seems I was unduly worried that something must have fallen through regarding our monthly bribe to Slug. Grisly stuff, that. I heard the poor gal got her brain pan bashed in. Not that she probably had much rattling around there to start with, if you know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Someone hit her in the head, real hard. Then she died. Can't imagine who might have had the hitting power to crack a skull. Well, aside from one of our tossball hackers, I guess. But no Rizzo's employee would commit such an atrocity. We're far too content with life for that. Won't find an unhappy Rizzo's employee in all of Eridanos. No diddly-dee-dum, you won't.
Haha.
I do hope this pleasant conversation has made me useful to you. Rizzo's likes it when we're useful to customers, and I like anything Rizzo's likes. I can't stop you from poking around, but do be mindful of our pollinization hive. Mosquitoes tend towards aggressive at the best of times. There's a reason why we keep him behind an electric fence, you know.
Alright. Still trying to figure this one out. Oh, it's right here.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Who?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Did I hear something?
No. Crazy bastards.
Hey, boss! Watch this! Boss, did you see that?
Sure did, Felix.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Nice.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Conservatory.
Stand in awe before our huge Rizzo's Hothouse Conservatory trademark. This building hosts almost as many plant breeds as we have delicious products. Almost. Are you wondering about that omnipresent warm and fragrant mist? That's just our all-natural fertilizing spray, made of pureed Sissy Pig waste products. From nature, back to nature. Our spray is part of the cycle of life. Note, Rizzo's discourages inhalation of its safe and natural liquid fertilizer. In case of accidental inhalation, please record any unusual effects and give that record to the nearest Rizzo's employee as quickly as possible. Remember, you are part of the Rizzo's family. Be kind to your family.
Be kind to your family, everybody.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Stand in awe before our huge
Oh, hello.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Are you authorized to be in the conservatory? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Are you my ex-wife?
Yes.
No, she fell off the side of Eridanos under mysterious circumstances 6 years ago, conveniently rendering our marriage contract null. You must be the new, groundskeeper? That can't be it either, seeing how the new one hasn't died yet. Just who are you?
Who am I really? Who are any of us?
Merciful law, that sounds like a lot of philosophism, which is highly outlawed throughout Halcyon. But I won't report you, considering how heavily armed you are. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff he gets, bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel. I sit inside and I look at plants. Goal is usually to make Rizzo's fruit products hardier and sweeter, but for every success, there are a couple of hundred failures. Example, tried breeding native Tripicale with a foreign strain. Would have called it Hexticale. In the end, it bred so fast, workers were swallowed up before they could harvest it. That one, I think, can be attributed to the waspitos. Some lament their irritability, but their productivity is unmatched. What's a few dead workers in the architect's designs?
Yeah, what's a few dead people?
You say angry. I say efficient. Not only can our waspitos defend themselves, but Rizzo's investments as well. They come through the orchards only during pollination cycles, as dictated by our hive control operators, which means that visitors usually aren't on the receiving ends of their stingers.
Yeah, if something goes wrong, they'll get out.
Well, yes, if there's an equipment malfunction. The pollination cycle will have to be manually shut down, which means traveling to hive control while the waspitos swarm. Indeed, tromped in and out of the conservatory with no heed for anyone else. Good thing none of my charges were damaged. Starlet or not, I would have had a harsh word for her. I heard she pushed her way into a tour of the RR&DD labs not soon after. She's just a serial actress. Yet she acts like she's deserved of the same access as a co-CEO. Well, she's not going anywhere ever again. Which is a shame, of course. Taken too soon and all.
This is a bottle of Spectrum Original, the first Rizzo Spectrum ever made. It is, rather notably, achromatic, colorless but not tasteless. Sorry, bro.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Oh boy.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to... Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Gimme, 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 gimme. Okay, so she went in here. Get out. Parts of this note are ineligible due to dirt and crushed purpleberry smudges. The writing you can make out is as follows. Helen, I know I told you I'd stumble onto the scoop of a lifetime, but neither of us could have guessed just how deep this would go. Now some slug from the docks is looking for me, asking a lot of questions. It's time to get out. Do you hear me? Don't waste time packing, just go as soon as you read this. You'll know where to meet me tonight, 10 p.m. in the Grand Ballroom. If I don't show, take the next ship out of here and don't look back. Signed B.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Oh, hey guys. Alright, frame rate.
Heads up, jackass! More where that came from.
Huh. I don't know what to do about that. I've tried lowering the settings, it like makes no difference.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Oh my god. Is this better? Not really. Okay, so this is for that guy. Access user logs. Last user, Summers Anna, occupation intern. Activity. Exterminator on mechanical targeting, reset success. Finally, the darn thing. Now how do I... Sprats failed, invalid parameter. Oh, come on, work with me here. Primeals failed, invalid parameter. Exploitive detected. This thing, I'll figure it out later. No targets. Priority set in 10 minutes, auto defaulting to all. Two bits deducted from user wages opening log. I always dreamed of living on Eridanos, but the science types always said it was impossible. Gravity will crush your bones. There's no breathable atmosphere, blah blah blah. Well, that's why I've got this new groundskeeper position, and they're stuck on Terra 2. When the execs are looking to promote somebody, they don't look at the doubters. Oh, and I almost forgot the best part. This whole place is automated. Not only do I get a promotion, I also get to work less. All I need to do is make my way to the hive every so often to set the pollination cycles. Aside from that, it's just keeping the local sprats from eating all the purple berries. Things are looking damn fine for Sandra Cullen. Well, Sandra bit the big one. Company policy says, due to our marriage contract, I've got to take her position now. Something about discouraging workers from dying on the job, so here I am. Seeing her body once they got the mosquitoes to stop stinging it ain't been great for my entomophobia. Thinking maybe I grab a few spectrums and find somewhere to hole up until the execs think I've left or died or something. Thought about the purpleberry puzzle hedge, but I've seen a lot of people go in and not a lot of people come out. No clue what might be lurking in there. Wish I'd stayed on Terra 2. Strange day today. Left the shack open only to find a fellow I'd never seen before standing out front. Had his hands deep in his pockets and was looking at me with an odd, hungry kind of expression. Said he either was a slug or worked for one, which caused me no small amount of confusion. Didn't have time to ask for clarification because he immediately started asking me for donations to keep the orchard running. From first time I'd seen a con man try to convince a shopkeep that he's actually the one minding the store. Hardly needs saying, but I took my claw rake and chased him off. Here's hoping I don't hear from that loon again. P. Colin. Got a call from my boss telling me I was up for a promotion. Fucker always hated me, so I knew there was a catch. I was right. This new job makes me miss the law-forsaken nanner peeler picker line. I never signed up to deal with gigantic swarms of killer insects. This place is a bad joke, and it ain't all that well told. Now the execs are telling me I've got to come in for some kind of medical treatment. Reckon it'd be safer to take a dive off the side of this floating planetoid. Won't be anything good, whatever's waiting for me. That's true. Well, you got a brain slug in you.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Got it? Inside voices.
Jesus Christ. Please help me, PC.
Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected.
No!
We're pretty good at this.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
A picnic, huh? The shaft of the tossball stick is bent and cracked, exceeding tossball regulation requirements. The end of the tossball stick is matted with Rizzo's dark matter chocolate.
Detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product.
Strength, even I can have a difficult time. Looks as if someone used this tossball stick to completely obliterate a picnic basket. Maybe it's some kind of upper-class mating ritual.
The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick into are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Birdie. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Something went wrong here. I really hope it wasn't the food.
Huh. This is a key card for the Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs. If you are reading this warning anywhere other than the RR and DD labs, please return it for only a moderate extreme pay reduction and a mild reduction of working fingers. Red, black. Red and black. Okay. Huh. Yeah, so we want to go to the R&D labs.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis. This discarded canister is typical of the R-mounted storage tanks on the orchard's agricultural mechanicals. However, it is not currently attached to a mechanical. This canister contains a high amount of vinegar in addition to water. Warning. Use of vinegar, a known herbicide, on purpleberry saplings is a violation of Rizzo's agricultural standards. These canisters can typically be found in the nursery storage building in the purpleberry orchards, except for this one, which can be found here. Chemical makeup of substance, 50% water, 50% vinegar. Trace amounts of woolly cow feces also detected.
Huh. What does that mean exactly? I just wanted to make you smile. Oh, is this the hedge maze? No, it's not.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This console is 95% non-functional. Remaining 5% functionality stems from display reading console non-functional. Cause of shortout is most likely related to purple residue splattered all across the keyboard. Substance contains trace amounts of purple berries, fruit flavors, and artificial sweeteners number 35, number 49, number 240, number 322, number 314, and many, many, many others.
Several electrical panels were removed, then fastened back into place poorly.
You know you're liable to get sick doing that.
It's super sugary, with the sweet tang of purpleberry and a bunch of other tropical flavors mixed together. It meshes well with the faint flavor of oil. So somebody just spilled something on this console. Probably the intern.
Rizzo's would be remiss to fail to mention the Orchard Storage Warehouse. Without this impressive-looking building, there would simply be no orchards. Gaze in amazement at the impressive construction of the front door, the sleek roof and glittering piping, the lush walls keeping this gem hidden from the rest of the orchards. This warehouse is truly, truly a wonder. One can only guess at the secrets contained within.
Sure, one can only guess.
It's all in the wrist.
Okay, here's the intern. Well, let's check the computer first. The sweetest storage building this side of Eridanos. Do not attempt to lick any part of the storage building. Most components contain at least 40% cyanide. Okay. Gardener on mechanical, about 23 or so. Status beat up. Mosquitoes keep stinging these, breaking their stingers and dying. Mock apples and purple berries. Heck of a lot, hard to count. Mosquitoes, couple hundred hives. Real grumpy. Don't get stung by these. Spectrum vodka, all colors. One left. One shipment to the Puzzle Hudges, one to the Nut Hut. The purple berries are growing a heck of a lot faster than the auto mechanicals can pick them. I should be mighty perturbed by what we're wasting, but since I had that treatment, all I felt is glad about things. Goodness, this promotion sure was a life changer. Speaking of, Rudy, I have a feeling you're reading this. Caught you a couple times peering at me from behind the hedges and the like. How about you swing by my shack and we bury the hatchet? I'm a changed man since you recommended me for this promotion. Got a bottle of Spectrum vodka we can share, and a chapter of the brand new Halcyon Helen cereal. Knew you never liked that I got advanced copies. Come on by, signed Jacob. Yarbo, I must admit that when your old superior described you as misanthropic, law-damned, redacted, I did not think you would ever acclimate to a position so many others have loathed. Productivity is at an all-time high, and what's more, you've not only impressed many visitors with your wonderful attitude, but you seem to have gotten along well with the mosquitoes, or at least they haven't killed you yet. I would like to offer you an unprecedented reward, a one-time 15-minute break to be taken at your discretion. Well done, Yarbo. Overseeing Orchidist. From H. Carlos to J. Yarbrough, hypotheticals. Oh, this is Jacob. He got a nice 15-minute break. So, Jacob, got a quick rhetorical question for you. Let's say, rhetorically, that one of the Wilderness Exploration Reserve Keepers got drunk and thought he'd indulge himself in some after-hours hunting. Let's say he theoretically released our primals, and those primals theoretically proceeded to beat him to death with his own rifle, then escaped to the orchards. Obviously, I'm just worrying for the sake of worrying, but if something like that were to happen, and I'm not saying it did, especially since such a screw-up could cost me my job, theoretically, Rizzo's may have tested some of their products on these primals, and these primals may have acquired a taste for Rizzo's booze. Booze that I know you have stocked in the orchards. Look, if you see any wayward primals, and I'm not saying you will, please, for the love of the law, send me a message, Huntmaster Carlos. So that's a nice explanation for the primals.
Hey! Oh, wait. I'm supposed to say the slogan. Okay, you can do this, Anna. Here goes. It doesn't matter if you're you or me. We're all part of the Rizzo's family. How was that?
Perfect.
It was really... It rhymed.
Perfect.
I wish you'd just said it was terrible. The pity stings worse than the shame. I'm sure you've guessed it, but I'm not the best at remembering slogans. And when I can't remember them, I tend to just make them up. But I guess that's why I'm just an intern and not a full-timer. At least, not yet. It's not so different from being a regular worker, just with less pay and less respect. Oh, it's also more dangerous than traditional employment. You don't have the experience to back up your work yet, but being fired isn't any less threatening. Work-wise, I do a bit of everything.
The orchards have been short-staffed as long as I've been working here. So if there's an odd job around, it usually gets passed to me. Much as I love delivering coffee and medical attention, not quite, no. Don't tell anyone I said this, but I sometimes feel that our workers could be treated a little better. Maybe only get electrocuted awake every other day? So I'm shooting for administration in Rizzo's. Maybe even the board itself. Best way to evoke change is from the inside, I think.
Sure, I like your ideas.
Much higher chance of promotion. If I can tough it out here without getting axed, I can skip the 5+ years of customer service I'd normally have to deal with. I can prove my merit here and move up in the world. And the sooner I do that, the sooner I can set to improving things for everyone else. I get the feeling you don't think I can do it. That's okay. Trying to improve the system from within isn't the most glamorous thing, but I think it's worth the effort.
Man, I'm gonna feel bad telling your boss that you fucked everything up.
Laws, you've got a sixth sense for finding the most embarrassing question, huh? My mother is the Rizzo's assistant vice president of flavor testing. She set me up with this position, mostly to keep me from troubling her work, I think. Consequently, I don't always feel like I deserve to be here. All the more reason to work harder, I say. Happy to enlighten you on the fascinating world of internships. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Unless you already have, and I've forgotten. In which case, I probably won't forget a second time. Oh yes, I thought I saw someone who looked self-important enough to be her by the conservatory some time ago. Not to speak ill of the dead, I simply never liked the way she stole the limelight from the true star. Burbage 3001. I certainly am. That aerodynamic chassis, how the light glints off his rotund head, the way he enunciates, cry havoc, and let loose the canids of war. Excuse me, I got a little lightheaded there. Nobody does Shakespeare like Burbage. What were we talking about? Who? I suppose so. I also suppose Helen won't be stealing the limelight ever again.
Alrighty, don't gotta be weird about it.
What? No, that's ridiculous. I can't tell you I've never made any mistakes, but it'd be pretty hard to keep my job if I were trying to break everything. Though there was the time I tried to fix a broken hinge on one of our mosquito hives and released a swarm. Chased me around the orchards 3 times before I managed to get help. Don't I know it? Worker friend of mine ran afoul of one of the swarms and had to get new kidneys. Not due to renal failure, but because the mosquitoes kept stinging his kidneys. Don't worry though, mosquitoes are typically only about when living folks aren't in the orchards. I am contractually obligated to tell you that mosquitoes never get out during visiting hours. But when they do, the only way to get them to return is to go directly to hive control and activate emergency recall. Which isn't easy, considering all the hives near control. But this is all a departure from what I wanted to say. I've been trying to help the orchards, not harm them. Hold a moment. You haven't found anything, have you?
Maybe.
Well, maybe. I might have had a supersized cup of mixed purpleberry punch and lemon slap that I might have knocked over when I was running routine diagnostics. Look, I know what you're thinking, but I have the proper permit to mix those drinks. I just left it in my other work uniform.
This is why you should only ever carry one set of clothes.
Hey, we have a lot of uniforms. It's hard keeping track of all your belongings. How did you notice? The diagnostic normally takes hours, and that's only if humidity's low. I wanted to take the initiative to try and make it faster.
Yeah, I found a toxic mix of fertilizer and weed killer.
Why should weed killer affect saplings? Weed killer. It's in the name. It should kill only weeds. That really seems like it's more on product design than on me. Well, yes. The orchards are becoming overrun with pests. Usually we give workers handguns and tell them to go to town, which results in many injured workers and a few dead sprats. Our exterminator automax only kill mosquitoes. And even then, only if an exec somehow ended up in the orchards during a pollinization cycle. So I decided to do some reprogramming. The reprogramming was easy until I locked myself out of the terminal. Then, when I was running away from the bots, I dropped the terminal access card somewhere in the orchards.
Bots were shooting anything larger than a mosquito must not have recalibrated targets.
Believe me, I know that now. Guess I did sort of mess that one up. Law's alive. I really did think I was doing good by the orchards, but with all that you've told me, it sounds like I've done much more harm. I know it's a lot to ask, but is there a chance you could vouch for me to my boss? It might not seem like it, but I've been trying to take the initiative. I really do want to help. Wow, thank you so much. You do this for me and I'll make sure to do whatever I can to make things better.
That was real generous of you.
Well, I mean, I am going to tell him that you fucked everything up, but I'll tell him that you're a nice person. Hopefully that's good enough. I have my doubts, but that's all I got.
All right, hushing up.
I'm ready for this.
Score one for Felix.
Alright, here we go. Let's solve your problems. It was all the intern. Oh, my weapons? Hold on. What the hell? How do I repair it? Options. Repair.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these...
How's the investigation?
Yeah, I've completed it.
All right, let's hear the details.
Yeah, a drink was spilled over the processing console.
A drink? I ain't never heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
Huh. You didn't destroy any of them? Reckon I would have lost that bet. Thanks.
Yeah, I got lucky on that one.
For you to explain to your bosses, Hathaway. Lucky you.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos? Reckon they've got something in common with the waspitos then. Probably why Slug just set the mechanicals to attack everything. Eventually, they'd kill our pollinizers.
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself. I mean, a Slug agent could have initiated hive control with the intent to initiate a pollinization cycle and stop it just as quickly. Maybe they were just gonna do it later.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it?
Yeah, she didn't do it on purpose, though.
Summers? The intern? I didn't really take her for a meddlesome type. But now that I think about it, that's why she'd be a perfect saboteur. I'll deal with her later.
No, I just said she didn't mean it.
Right now, we of the Orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The Orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
Rizzo's will have bits to spare after the brown unveiling. Could pay then with interest.
Never like paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slug Boy?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've heard since our back and forth began. Slug can wait for an increase in costs. I hope we won't have this conversation again.
Now that that's out of the way, we can discuss the intern. If she was really causing all that trouble, I will delight in severing her from her job. Even if I were inclined to believe you, that's some damn severe incompetence you're talking about. I still wouldn't want someone like that working the Orchards.
Perhaps you could be of use to each other? Don't know what that means.
What the hell are you proposing? Let her burn the Orchards down while I stand behind her and applaud? We ain't got nothing to exchange. She wants to help, does she? You know what? I'll call your bluff. She can keep at it with close supervision, but if she screws up even once, she's out. Use your pay, with a little extra for getting to the bottom of things. It's gonna be real interesting in the Orchards for the foreseeable future. Thanks, I guess.
You guess. I did a lot of work for you, fool.
Well, that's that, I reckon. Much as I would have liked you to send Slug packing, I can't deny that your solution was damn slick. Wish you'd been there at the annulment of my last marriage contract. Maybe then my ex-husband wouldn't have my house, our teacup caneted, and 20,000 of my bits. Sorry. Reliving past trauma. Thanks for working things out. One way or another, Slug's out of the Orchards.
So, our situation is finally resolved. At the end of the day, it's almost amazing how easily you were able to solve both of our issues. Shame you aren't living in Byzantium. Could have been an intercorporate diplomat. But at the moment, I'm more than pleased to take advantage of your considerable skill. Thanks for ending this nightmare, Inspector.
You're welcome. I wanted to ask about Halcyon Helen, but I guess... Jesus Christ. Guess I won't do that. So what is this building supposed to be? Can't get into it, huh? Oh shit.
We're the best there ever was.
I guess I'll just avoid you guys.
Hey, that's impressive.
Is that where the mosquitoes are? Yes, it is. Okay, let's avoid that. That's the picnic. Jesus. Come on, game, help me. Why are you acting like this? Pile driver. This is the spaceport.
Administrator Ludovico can seem intimidating, but he's a decent fellow. I know he cares.
Regular people kind. Jesus, wow. I mean, come on, dude. What is up with that? Are those Halcyon Helen and Typhon Tim I spy, crouching in the dark like terrified sprats? A fine job you two did on my ship. Most of my crew was torn to bits by rampaging beasts. I have found you to pay you back with interest. I say we shall defer that payment, shouted Typhon Tim, and his hand flew to his holstered automag. Ere his fingers even touched the weapon's grip, he was struck 15 times in the face by a hail of bullets from Mercer's weapons, at which point he promptly expired. Helen, cool as usual in the face of death, hefted her bottle of nearly 100% meal grub-free purple berry liquor and hurled it towards the villain. Her aim was as true as ever, and the projectile struck Mercer in the forehead, knocking him out so soundly he could not even utter a curse. "Fine aim, ma'am," said a woman close by, once the other patrons' cheers subsided, "though I must say I'm sorry for your friend. As was I at first, but then I witnessed what lay in the wake of the bullets. Look!" As she gestured towards what was left of Typhon Tim's head, something small and black began to wriggle amongst the gore. He's a dissident. Jeez, come on, man. I don't know what else I can do. Hold on, let me check this. Look, okay. If I detect, what is it going to give me? Low. Really? Alright, apply it. Whatever. Let's see if that makes a difference. Look at that. Look how much difference that made. Like none. Okay, this is ballsy.
This reeks of unhappiness!
I don't know if you're keeping count, but I'm pretty sure every lab in this colony's got some horrible experiment going on. And yeah, I'm counting Doc Wells too.
Yeah. That's absolutely 100% true. I mean, really, I just don't even know what to do. With this stuttering. Oh well, let's call it a day. Maybe I'll figure out some kind of solution. Let's just save it and pick it up next time. Hopefully maybe it'll be better. See ya.